Hello, everybody, and welcome to the race. We got a fun one tonight. Oh, I forgot to change the thumbnail. My apologies. Thumbnail. But yeah, we're back for race number 2 of Thursday Night Thunder. Ready for the first short track race of the season. So we'll see how these drivers try to get after it. We got 8 cars this week. Still a few guys that said that they weren't able to run, so kind of expected it, but we have a one to watch here. So Randy's on the pole at the moment with Randy Sample, Matt Frady, Landon Quisenberry, Kevin Ritchie, the top 5, all within a tenth of a second. They got Austin Wingard and James Goodwin. Then qualifying right now, Doug Ezell on the racetrack for his first laps of the session. So first laps here for Doug. Actually getting around it okay. Hopefully I don't jinx him. All right. He did good there. I didn't jinx him. So he's logging his laps. Puts down. All right, lap time for first lap. There you go. Doug's figuring out. The original 6-7. Oh, stay in it, Doug. Stay in it,
But
Doug.
it's been a minute now.
Good try there, Doug. Doug was digging there as we got 40 seconds left in qualifying. So like in Tuesdays, a little bit funner, same kind of deal going on, but we are for super speedways and short track. So this will be a fun one. Just still trying to get people in it, but we got a good group of guys in here, so it'll be a fun one, and it actually looks really competitive. So I'm excited to see it. Twin 50s tonight, and then a top 5 invert. So the winner of the first race will go to 5th, and there'll be a little bit of invert for that. But we got a few drivers out from last week. So first short track, a little bit down compared to the super speedway, but Randy Arms gets the pole here for Thursday Night Thunder. Race number 2 at USA. And the field is going to grid. On the pole, Randy Arms with a 20.788 and 2 is outside. Randy Sample in that 24 scheme. In row number 2 is going to be Matt Frady and on Landon Quisenberry in the Canes machine. Row number 3 is going to be Kevin Ritchie and Austin Wingard. Row 4 is going to be James Goodwin and Doug Ezell to round off the field. So 8-car field with a bunch of the top 5 all within a tenth of a second. And I feel like tonight's got a lot of potential to have a lot of fun. So drivers are gridding now. So we get ready to get green for race number 2. Alrighty. Pace car set to roll off here. So it's going to be a Randy front row to lead him to it. A lot of drivers actually forgot to load car. There we go. So now we have a few inside cameras. Now we got it. All right. got the up close view and everything like that. So see these drivers warming up the tires, getting ready to go green. First short track race of the season. And a lot of potential here for some 2 good finishes at USA International Speedway. Half mile in length, Martinsville shaped. A little bit more banking and speed than Martinsville, but still have to slow it down in the middle of the corners. Hard on the brakes, fast on the straightaways. Hard on the brakes into the corners. As we're set to go green. Pace car pulls off. It's going to be a Randy front row, and we are green for race number 2 at USA. Randy Arms on the bottom, going to have a nose on Randy. Sample on the outside. Now here comes the run from Sample back on the outside. They're going to get single filed out now, with Matt working to the inside of Sample. Randy a little bit loose on entry there. Goes up the racetrack. Allows Matt to get underneath him. A little bit of a twitch. Well, these trucks are so heavy, you have to be careful on corner entry or it will get loose. And with 50 laps, there's a little bit of tire wear involved. But there is one set in the pits, so we will be able to... Oh, that's going to be Sample getting a little sideways, able to save it. Going to have to be real careful the next corner, as there's a battle for the lead. Matt Frady's going to take the lead on lap number 3. Arms got a little loose. Opened up the door for Matt. Just behind them, Quisenberry moving himself into the top 3. And many of these drivers don't have too many laps on the racetrack, so all of them are learning as we go. Just like Quisenberry. Kevin was in here at the start, but Goodwin. Wingard. Oh, Wingard's got a problem. What happened there? Loose on corner exit. Into the inside wall. Actually should be okay. He is. All right. Good save there from Austin. Able to keep her going. But still the battle for the lead. It's picking up as James Goodwin is going to go to the inside of Kevin Ritchie. Almost clear. He is into 3. Drives her in deep and is able to clear. So James Goodwin up to the 5th spot. Kevin's going to give him a little bit of a bumper. Quisenberry in the wall. 3 cars in the wall in 1 lap. And Randy's going to be sideways in front of the field. Around he goes. And first caution of the night is for Randy Arms. Into the corner, got a little bit loose. Was sideways. And around he went into the outside wall. And we also had Doug in the pits. Don't know if that also could have been a spin. It was. Doug into the corner, a little bit loose. But was able to not hit anything. But he did reset to try to get off the racetrack, so.
Hey, Gabe, is there lane choice?
Yeah, if you guys want to do choose count, you guys can do choose count. I don't care. Do choose count.
Yeah, let's do it.
You guys, I mean, everybody's who's racing is in here, so well, that's fine. Yeah. But just do it. Come to one line at 1 to green. Yeah, just do that. I don't care. That'll be fun. It's not a big field, so it's easy to keep track of, and everybody's gonna.
And then I'll just clear the blacks going down the backstretch.
So just to confirm, we have 1 more set of tires for this race, right?
It's 1 set
on
race.
it and 1 in the pits.
Yeah,
1 in the pits. Though. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it didn't do it for the heat though, Gabe.
It should have.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it's unlimited.
Yeah,
it might be. You might not be able to do
so
it for
heat. Okay, well,
you might not.
We could just do Scouts Honor.
It don't matter. I don't care. If you guys are pitting more than
perfect.
Yeah, if you guys are pitting more than 1 time
I think the
in a
race is
short
short
track
enough.
at 50,
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's definitely unlimited right now because I just took some after I spun and I can put more on it.
that's fine. I don't care. It don't matter.
Just FYI.
That's
Way to
fine.
go, Gabe.
Goodyear
And
loaded
good
up the trailer a lot this week to bring
Yeah,
down here to Florida.
Yeah,
so
after they seen Bristol.
yeah, yeah, they saw Bristol, got a little worried there, so they held down to Florida and brought a lot of tires from this Warren racetrack. So, all right, dude, choose one to go. And if it goes green or whatever, and you guys want a halfway, throw a halfway or something. It don't matter.
Okay.
If Matt's leading,
take
do a
a vote.
halfway. All right, goodbye.
Alright.
Suck a dick with your.
All right, wow. Here's the bad language there from Matt. He's not a nice boy. So he should be coming to choose cone at the stripe. Matt's going to go to the low side, landing to the outside. 3 inside, 2 outside. Goodwin to the bottom, Austin to the bottom, and Randy to the outside. Then Doug's going to come up from the rear. Pause. 3 laps down, so Doug's just going to try to figure out. He got no laps of practice. That trailer went through the tunnel. They unloaded for qualifying, and that's how it came off the trailer. So no adjustments. But we're coming back for the restart zone. Coming back for the restart. 11 laps completed, 40 laps to go. 40 laps to go. The 40 truck is going to lead us back to the green. Frady fires, and we're back green at USA. Riding on board with Randy Arms. Looking at the bumper of Kevin Ritchie. So he goes up the racetrack just a little bit. Randy might give him a bumper on exit. Thinks better of it. A little bit of a wiggle. There's a touch. Goodwin might be dead. He's dead on the front straightaway after contact between him and Randy. Just the lightest of touches. Right there, and it sent him to the inside, but ooh, he did hit the wall kind of hard. But he should be able to keep going. That's the good parts of short track racing. You hit something, you keep digging. Oh, that's gonna be one guard around, able to save it though. Caution is out. I don't. Okay. I'm shocked iRacing through that. For that. Hold on.
Did you throw that caution, Cape?
No, did iRacing throw that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They must have.
I'm really shocked they threw that. James was dead on the front straightaway. They never threw it. Austin was
Yeah.
sideways, and they threw it.
I think it was because he went onto the apron, though.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
but that was still
Back
weird.
up into the middle of the track.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what the fuck?
Here, give Doug all his waves. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys
I got
threw it or
some
not,
front-end
because I was like,
damage.
that
I don't
was
think it matters.
that was quick.
Just go around Doug and all.
So, all right, we saw the questionable call from race control there. Austin got a little loose, and iRacing decided no, we are going to gonna throw it. So, few drivers on pit road now. Get some tires in it. Sample the pit road. Wingard to pit road. Goodwin to pit road. Oh, awesome, mister, just a little bit. Now we got pit stops on the 24 machine. Qualified second. My chair is rocking from underneath me. So Quisenberry already doing some intimidation to Matt. Letting him know, hey, I'm here. As Doug should be getting his waves around. Sample came down pit road, so we'll see how much tires matter. We've seen a few mistakes from these drivers already, as touchy as it has been on entry. With a smaller field, it's easier to make a pit strategy call. And I think we'll see a few different things tonight with that pit call. Because you can come down pit road, only lose a few spots if you're mid-pack, and then try to drive back through the field as we're coming to one to go for the choose. Matt goes low, Landy goes high, Richie goes low, kind of just stacked them like how we normally would line up. I think that's exactly what happened. So we'll see if Quisenberry can get a better restart here from Matt. We know the outside does work at this racetrack. It's one of the short tracks with these heavier trucks. You have to back up the corner, which allows the top side to roll just a little bit if you're able to pinch them down. So we'll see if Landon is able to do that. As they're coming back for the restart. In the zone they go. Matt fires, back green. Good restart there for Landon, able to get to the bottom. Randy's going to try to roll the outside line, though. Wasn't able to get there yet. See him peeking, trying the outside line. Landon's going to go up the racetrack. Run him up the track just a little bit. Landon's going to be clear now. Now it's a battle for third between Randy and Kevin. But Randy Arms is still going to try to fight it around the outside line. Into the outside wall just a little bit. But able to gather her back up, and he's going to clear Kevin into three. Now here comes the tires from Randy Sample. See how much that helps him. Let's run on board and see how he sets up this pass. See, on these short tracks is a very different technique to set up a pass at a lot of different racetracks. As you saw Randy get a little bit loose, but riding on board with Sample, he's going to try to enter a little bit higher and exit lower. But it's a hard racetrack to pass at because you don't want to be too aggressive with it. As we see Kevin go to the corner hard, that's going to open up the door for Sample. He's going to get on the apron just a little bit. Quisenberry's in the wall right in front. Able to save it though. Great save there from Landon. And now Randy Arms is able to clear to get to second. Matt's opened up a 1.4 second, 1.02 second lead at the line that time. But Randy looks like to be catching just a little bit as there's contact between Wingard. And somehow it throws the caution instantly again. I have no clue how that happened. But Austin looked like he just got a little bit loose on the entry. You heard it into the back of Landon. Able to save it though. He has no damage, and IRacing decided to throw it again. Your right rear has no damage, but IRacing decided if you get loose, they're throwing it tonight, Austin.
Unless it's me. Unless it's me. If it's me, they don't give a shit. I can park in the middle of the fucking straightaway. We ain't throwing it. He's fine.
Well, for Austin, race control is definitely helping him out tonight. We'll see if there's any drivers that come to pit road. We're at the halfway point. So it looks like Matt's going to come to pit road. Everybody's going to be coming down pit road except for Randy Sample, who just pitted under that last yellow. So Sample will inherit the lead now as Matt's coming down pit road. Doug, do you got a copy?
I do.
Well, you've had an eventful day. The trailer had a tire problem last night. Wasn't able to get here for practice. You showed up for qualifying. Ended up setting up a decent lap for having no laps on the truck. You haven't raced a lot recently, but tell us how that truck's driving and what you learned so far.
Well, I learned it had a little too much rear brake bias, so I took a little bit of that out. It feels a little bit better now. And I'm just trying to settle in and not get too anxious coming out of the turns. And we'll see what happens.
That sounds like a good plan. I know you're coming to the choose, and you haven't done much of the choose cone. What do you think about that?
I'll just go where somebody's not. You know,
The survival
am I doing?
strategy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it sounds like a good strategy. You're looking good out
Yeah.
there. Did you use your fast repair in that first wreck?
No. No,
Okay.
I just spun. I didn't hit anything.
Okay. Well, I know that you resetted, so I was wondering if you did or not. So.
Well, I thought they were coming around, and I wanted to get out of their way just so I wasn't in their way.
Yeah.
So I reset, but then the yellow came out right for something else, like right as I reset.
Well, you're
So,
coming to the choose, going to the bottom, maybe the top. I don't know. Oh,
let's go to the top here. Let's come on.
All right.
Let's get up here behind old Matt.
All right. Well, good luck, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later there, Doug.
All righty. Thanks.
Get a quick word in with Doug there. Old buddy that doesn't race a lot, so I'm glad that we were able to drag him out from his neck of the woods here in Florida. He just made the short haul a few hours away, but wasn't able to make it for practice because of their trailer problems. But coming back for the restart, it's going to be Randy Sample and Kevin Ritchie to lead him back to the green. Randy fires, and we're back green. Kevin with a great restart actually on the bottom lane. Has an opportunity. Rolls the center actually very good. Kevin with a little bit of momentum and a nose into 3. Just make sure not to overdrive it and get into each other. Well, they're side by side for the lead here at USA. Randy Sample working the outside line, though, has been good. A little bit of contact between him and Kevin. It's going to be arms around off the front bumper of James. Wingard able to avoid that one. But, man, what a move from Goodwin. Punts him out the way. Let's ride on board and take a look and see what happened. So you see it was kind of a stack up. Kevin got on the apron just that little bit, went up the racetrack, got in the left rear of Sample, which stacked Randy up, and James just couldn't see it and got in the back of Randy. And around Randy, arms went, but a nice 360 to keep her going, though. Clean 360 there from Randy. Let's get a word in here with James. James,
Hey.
you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm loud and clear, you know.
Well, we see the aggressive moves start to pick up here in race 1. Got Randy the hell out the way. Tell us what happened there from your point of view.
I don't know, just driving, and I guess he forgot where the throttle was, and unfortunately, he was in front of me. So that's what happens. No, it wasn't retaliation or anything like that from earlier. It was just honest racing, and he doesn't know how to drive. So.
Yep, looked like he was definitely in the way, and that's a problem with that 8 car this week. Haven't shown a lot of speed, and even last week, he made a lot of enemies, so could be payback for that as well. But yeah, looking to ramp up the intensity here, there, James.
Gonna try to, hoping to, without burning my tires up. So we'll see. Gonna go green with what, like 17 to go or something like that.
Yep, just about. So 17 laps to go.
Oh.
Starting to get fun and aggressive. Good luck.
Thank you.
James making it fun there. Getting to the back of Randy Samples, sending him to the back. And we're coming back to the choose. So Randy's going to go to the inside. Fake Matt. He's going to go to the outside. Then there's a big swerve. So Randy Sample tried to put Matt on the bottom. Didn't decide the bottom was going to be better. Big swipes there. Thought we might have a truck flip over as jello as the suspension was there on the front straightaway. The pace car lights are back out. We have Randy Sample and Matt Frady to lead them back to the green. Wyatt Garrett's arm is in the air with the flag. Randy fires back green. Into 1. Randy Sample able to get clear on Matt Frady. Now it's a battle for second. Who's able to pull the advantage to set sail and go after Sample? It's going to be Matt. But we have 2 friends, might be enemies on the racetrack at the moment, with James Goodwin and Randy Arms side by side. Randy didn't lose any spots from that spin, maybe hurt the tires a little bit, but was able to keep his position. As they're side by side, now we got Matt going to the lead, trying to take it away from Randy Sample on the outside line, or on the inside line with a big move. Sample's going to get a little bit sideways trying to do the crossover and move Matt Frady back to the lead with 15 laps to go. James going to lose the spot from Randy Arms, though. Randy's going to throw the block. James is going to get in the corner. He's going to try to move him, and Randy's going to go around again off the front bumper of the 11. Oh, Quisenberry in the outside wall. Quisenberry hard in the outside wall. It's getting aggressive here with 15 laps to go. The bumper to the back of the 8 did not work there. Let's go in and listen to the drivers as they talk to each other.
That was clear. Yeah, I gotta quit anyways. I'm going to play some games with Tiff and Georgia.
Wow.
Yep.
Hear that from Randy Arms? He is turned gay, and he is going to play Among Us, but tried to block James all the way to the apron and got sent around. So Randy, not lucky there, but he's gonna have to quit now. But was running good up until that moment. We got a few cars on pit road, so Sample and Quisenberry to pit road now with 13 laps to go. Freddie on point, Kevin in second, Goodwin in third. We're having a battle now. So we Doug and Austin in 4th and 5th now. So move them up a few spots. Kevin Ritchie though, looking for an opportunity. Kevin, do you got a copy?
Maybe.
I think you're coming to the choose right now, but
no, but
nope. Next lap, right? Well, I don't know. Pace car, they don't tell me shit from the race control tower. Anyway, you're Sim P2. You've had pretty decent restarts. What do you need here to get around Matt?
For Matt to wreck. He's too fast.
Well, you do have a front bumper and can make that happen. To be fair, we've seen it from James on his friend Randy. What do you think your front bumper can do the same thing?
Maybe. I hear he Randy gave me rear end damage already.
There you go. See, pay him back off into one here. Well, you're coming. Oh, never mind. You're coming to restart. Kevin's coming back. He said it wasn't to the choose count. He's green. He lied to me. Matt's clear once again. Kevin in second. James going to try to take over third, get up the racetrack in front of Austin. Feed him a right rear. Here comes Doug Zell on the bottom. See Quisenberry trying to work the outside on the new tires. Randy Sample's going to the inside now. So Randy able to get clear on Doug, and now he has 4 cars to try to pass to get back to the lead. Does he have enough time? And does he have enough tire? 10 laps to go here for Matt. 9 at the line as James is going to get loose. Great save there from James. Saves it. Oh, bumper to Austin. Up the racetrack. Austin's back in the outside wall. Race control decided not to throw it that time. Or for Austin getting moved, I think. As Landon's going to drive her in there. He feeds James the door. Here comes Randy Sample to the bottom. Well, he got a hell of a battle here for third. James is going to try to pay him back. He does. He gets to his back bumper just a little bit. We've seen that front bumper used from James. Does he do it again? He looks. Doesn't get into the quarter panel. But he sure shipped her off in there. As what happened? There was smoke. I think we're good. But there's a battle here for that is 4th on the racetrack. As Sample's able to clear. Quisenberry and Goodwin are fighting for it. So Goodwin able to clear on Quisenberry. Well, a great battle there for 5th for a little bit. But it's Matt Frady to the lead. Ritchie in second. Sample finally able to get cleared within a second of your leader. He's gaining just over or under a 10th a lap here on the better tires, but I don't think there's going to be enough time, especially if Matt stays consistent, as we got a yellow. For what? I have no clue. It may have been debris.
He's
Debris? What are we thinking there?
Debris
Yeah, there was
everywhere.
some debris.
Yeah, there was a green dildo on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Happens
may have
here,
fallen
happens.
out of Randy's car when he
Yeah, it
when he
did.
reset. So
Oh, it
we'll,
was butthole.
probably after James stuck it there 3 different times. Anyway,
He asked for it. He asked for it. He hit me first.
so the caution was thrown there, as you heard from Matt. Fell out of Randy's truck, the 8, after he needed to be towed back. Fell out of the tailpipe, so caution was thrown. And yeah, we'll see if there's any takers at pit road. Looks like Austin has had an unlucky night. Austin is hit the outside wall in turn 1. I'm counting right, 4 times, maybe 5 different times tonight. Just with the right rear. Hasn't touched it with anything else but the right rear. But he's gonna come down pit road. Well, he uses fast repair. He does. Try to get her fixed, and if there's a wreck, keep her pinned. See what happens. We're coming back to the green. Choose cone there. Hopefully Wingard's able to get back out there. Is he coming? He's going, but I might not make it. Austin, come on, hurry! Speed, Austin. It's going to be a green-white checkered to finish her off here at USA for race number 1. Good restart there for Matt. Able to get clear. Now he's in front of Kevin. Does Kevin use the bumper? Isn't able to get there in turn 1. Off 2, down the back straightaway into 3. Matt's going to pull a little bit of an advantage, though. The battle is for 3rd, now for 4th. White flags in the air for Matt Frady as the battle for the invert spot is on. Here comes Quisenberry to the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to get underneath. Goodwin, but going to lose a lot of time as into 3 and 4. Matt Frady is going to win race number 1 of the night here at USA. Samples sideways at the line. Impressive backup. Bang! Impressive drift on the front straightaway as we'll take a look. Randy Sample wins it. Or no, what? Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Anyway, warm up. Holy crap, that was a lot going on there. Let's get a word in with your winner, Matt Frady. Matt, do you got a copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you come away. It's actually a Z-it, by the way. It's not ma'am. But you came away with the win and seemed to have the most dominant truck of the night. You're going to be starting P5 after the invert. How is that truck driving for you? And what do you think here that you're going to need to get through the field?
A little bit of talent, determination. Might be the little chrome horn a little bit here and there.
Well,
So,
we saw a lot of aggression there in the first race from James Goodwin. He's going to be starting on your right front in 4th. And we also talked to Kevin before that last restart there. He said he was going to try to use the chrome horn on you there if he could. Just wasn't able to get there. How sturdy are the front ends in these trucks? And did you reinforce the front bumper with lead before this race?
I got a secret up in my front bumper. I can't relay on what that is.
Was it the debris that fell out?
No, I was leading. Why would I have a debris deal come out?
Well, you said the debris was a shiny green thing on the racetrack, so I was wondering if you put that
Yeah,
in
they
the
were
front
all
bumper.
calling it. They were yelling it out on the
Okay.
radio.
Well, I was wondering if that was your secret. Maybe it fell out
No.
and you were having it on the front bumper to scare people going into the corner. So that they
No,
lift
of
off the
course
brake
not.
pedal and try to get away from it so it didn't poke them in the butt.
We heard you came running out on track and sat down on it and clinched and
Yeah.
picked it up.
No. No, that has not happened. We had Juanito, who is our track service guy, go out there, and he picked her up right there. So we appreciate him. But congratulations, Matt, on the race 1 victory. Who would you like to thank?
Oh, the pit crew, pay them in gum layers of gum, and they do a great job for it. All the guys we got in here. You for putting this lovely league on that we have fun in. USA International Speedway for hosting us. Coca-Cola, dang it, that thing went away. United Rentals, I think it was. Hooters.
What are
I'm
you
trying to
looking
find more.
at?
It was one of the cameras, and it showed all the sponsors on the wall.
I was like, what the hell are you reading?
All those great fans in the stand right there. I'm on the scenic view on my camera, okay? It's going.
So am I, but I was like,
It was on the front stretch somewhere.
Oh, good lord. Well, congratulations on the race 1 win.
Thank you, sir, ma'am.
Matt Frady to race 1 victor. Let's get a word in here with a guy that we didn't get a chance to talk to. Landon Quisenberry. You got a copy there, buddy?
Oh, what up?
You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, you finished the race, the first race in P5, but that sets you up good here for the invert. You're going to be starting on the pole for this next 50-lap feature. What did you learn in the first race, and what are you going to need here to get it done at USA for race number 2?
One of the biggest necessities is always TP, I feel like, track position. So
not toilet paper. Got it. All right.
Well, that too, it kind of goes both ways.
Especially on a short track and these super speedways when there's a big wreck in front of you and you have an accident in your pants, toilet paper is useful.
Exactly. You need both. So I prefer Cottonelle Ultra Clean. That's my role of choice. But, I think I got to stay up front. I think once I got mired in the back, it was kind of hard to come back through the field despite maybe being a little faster. I don't really know. So I just think track position is probably going to be the biggest thing, and maybe search around and find different lines because these trucks are a little interesting. They get really loose down if you drive it in too hard, and then they get loose on exit, but then they don't turn in the middle. Especially when you try to gas it up. When you try to gas it up, that thing just wants to take off like a cruise ship and just sail up the track. So it'll be very interesting, and I'm sure that people are going to give you the bumper. So I think it's just going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, these things are hefty, and definitely cars that you got to wheel around this racetrack, but you're starting on the pole, starting in a good position as we cut to Austin again, and he's back into the inside wall. We'll wish you luck, and hopefully be talking to you here at the end.
Appreciate it. Hopefully.
Landon Quisenberry in that Kane scheme. It's one of the wreck trucks from Tony Brigender, and she wrecks a lot of them. So he's got a lot of trucks that he can use, and which is perfect for this series with the super speedways and short tracks. It's good to have a backup truck. But on the pole after the invert, it's going to be Landon Quisenberry, and to his outside, the wrecking balls of this week, James Goodwin with that steel front bumper. Starting P3 is going to be Randy Sample in that 24, and to his outside is going to be Kevin Ritchie. Row number 3 is going to be Matt Frady and Doug Gazelle in that Duke Nukem scheme, and hopefully he goes off in the corner and nukes Matt Frady. And then starting 7th is going to be Austin Wingard after a very unlucky race. Hopefully his luck turns around as the pace car is going to get to rolling off. So we'll see how these restarts go. And if these guys have learned a lot, how aggressive that you can be at this racetrack. As the pace car lights are out, so I'm assuming we're going green this time by. There they are. Finally, I see some lights come around. Never mind. They're not going green this time. They decided we're going to give a show for the fans. Hurry. 4 wide salute for the fans. 4 wide salute here. 4 wide salute. There you go. You guys know how to do it. There you go. You guys have raced sprint cars all the time. There you go. Randy does it. He knows how.
I'm waiting on Kevin to get up here, but he's chickening out.
Kevin's a little scared. He's usually scared.
Three wide.
Kevin, how many times do you go to...
How are you going to say
you just
4
start
wide
like
salute
this?
with 7 people?
Yeah.
All right, 3.5 then, damn it. Somebody just,
Alright.
I don't know.
We're
3 and a
starting like
half.
this
You
in
got
a
Double
3
it,
and a
yeah,
third.
Yeah, let's start it like this.
That's on you guys. If you guys really, okay. All right, we're coming back to the green. Coming to the green for race number 2 of the night. Landon Quisenberry and James Goodwin to lead them back green. We're green for race number 2 at USA. Quisenberry with a nose into 3. Goodwin going to go up the racetrack. Sample might be able to clear on the back straightaway. He's going to get loose and touch into the inside wall, but it stays green. He's sideways now. May have to throw it. Haven't thrown it yet. We're going to be 3 wide almost for the lead, and Matt's going to go around in front of the field. Caution's out. Everybody's piled in. Kevin around. Doug involved. We got mayhem on the front straightaway here at USA.
And neutral.
Landon, it's just you and I left.
I was like, I'm through it,
It's
Harry.
fun.
Oh my god.
I did not make it through it.
Frady, what the hell happened? You were there,
No,
and then you
what-
just
yeah,
right
no.
turned.
I got loose, started saving it, and then next thing you know, she just decided to hook right.
Yeah, looking back on the replay, it was a loss of talent there from Matt off of 4. Just his butt puckered, and it puckered too hard. It hooked back to the right. Kevin, nowhere for him to go. Austin is the most unlucky man in this damn series. And Doug, nowhere to go as he blown up. Austin has hit every bit of this fucking wall, so Juanito's going to have to go repaint this thing after tonight.
That's going to be good, Matt.
But
Oh, fuck, I missed a pit lane.
so we might see a different strategy there from Austin staying out with that truck that is, we'll say beat. It's not looking good, but Austin, or Quisenberry and Goodwin, the only 2 to have lived to see the past the first lap. So big problems there on lap 1. We'll see if anybody is able to get back up there after using their fast pairs. I know Doug was in that. He blowed up, and he bloated it up, and is able to get back out on the racetrack. Matt's not going to use his fast pair though. Doug had to, since he blowed his motor, and after the inside wall contact, as we're coming back to the line, not going to double up though. Still got 1 lap, 2. Landon, it seemed like starting on the front row was a good choice for you there.
Yeah, good omen. You're outside of all the chaos that happened when you're behind like everybody going for it. So worked out pretty good.
Yeah, we know, you get your trucks from Tricon Garage and from all the wrecked ones that Tony Brigander goes off in there and wrecks. But it seems like a good strategy with all these super speedways and short tracks. You got a lot of material to use after she wrecks them. So come to the choose. You pick the bottom. What's the thought process there? Pick the bottom.
You got most control. I think the bottom's the way to go in the first couple turns. You just clear yourself off and then play defense on the top. That's what I'm going to do for hopefully the remainder of the race.
Well, it seemed to work out good for you in the first lap of the race, I guess. So we'll see if you're able to hold them off and come away with it.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully not a 1-lap wonder, but we'll figure it out.
Landon going to try to hold them off. He picked the inside to try to get clear and then go to the top to try to defend. We'll see if that works out for him as they're coming back to the green. Landon fires. We're back green. James going to throw the block on Sample. Quisenberry clear on Kevin Ritchie. Then it's been a good win. Sample, Austin, Frady, Azell. Battle is for second with Kevin on the bottom lane. A little bit of a bumper there for Austin into the back of Sample. But where does Randy go? Stuck behind these 2 cars. As Landon's I expected him to run the outside. I didn't expect him to go up to the wall as there's contact. 3 wide down the back straightaway. James got a little loose in the center. He's going to get up into the door of Randy Sample, moves him up the racetrack. Randy's going to get spun in the outside wall. He saves it. But Landon, I'm shocked that line is working. He's way up the racetrack compared to everybody else. I'm very confused on how that strategy is working. I've never seen this high of a line work at USA. Street stocks to ARCA to super lates. I've never seen it. Didn't work out for him there, though. He got in the outside wall, so not going to help him. A little bit too high, but it's going to open up the door for Kevin now. He's going to try to get there, but landing with another run. Riding on board here with Kevin. As there's a spin behind Goodwin, possibly. It was, and it was contact from Austin Wingard. Into the back of him. Possibly. Oh, yeah. Big bump to the back of the 11. Payback at some point during this race. Possibly. But big payback there for Austin. Oh, he's going to show his displeasure. But maybe. He did. He shows his displeasure. Let's get a word in with him.
The team.
Austin, do you got a copy?
Oh yeah, send it.
You've been touched by every wall on this facility. I know it's a strategy from you trying to move the walls further out each lap you go by so that you have more room to work with. But you went in the corner, and was that payback or was that a mistake from yourself to get in the back of James there?
I will say nothing that will get me into legally binding scenarios. However, I have learned that I have to touch others to make it around this track.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of touching going on during the race this week. With these short tracks, what is your skill, do you think, or how many races on the short tracks have you ran?
This track particularly, fine in late models. In trucks, no skill. None whatsoever. So, and of course with this smaller field, we got really good guys, so I look pretty good in the back of this field usually.
Well, you definitely are setting the tone there, moving everybody out of the way for race number 2 after very bad luck in the first one. So good luck.
Thanks, bud.
Austin there, setting the tone. If anybody watched Shorzy, he's setting the tone. So we're coming back to the restart. It's going to be Kevin and Quisenberry leaning back to the green. Does Kevin have anything for him? Landon fires back green. Great restart there for Landon once again. James is going to dive to the inside. Looking like there was almost maybe some intent for some payback there, trying to force him out of the way. But he's going to get into him there. That could be payback. He gets him up the racetrack. Austin almost goes around. But a bump and run for James gets him out of the way. And here comes Matt to the inside underneath James. So Matt's working the inside. He's able to almost clear on the front straightaway on James. He does. So move Matt into the third spot. And he's going to set his sights on the back bumper of Kevin Ritchie and Landon Quisenberry as he's working that top lane. So with these two running a little bit up the racetrack, we'll see if Matt's able to work around them. It's going to be a hard pass from Matt to be able to do that because he's running such high up the racetrack. But Quisenberry goes way up the racetrack into the outside wall a little bit. That's going to hurt him a ton. Now he goes back to the bottom of the racetrack, going to try to do a crossover. Kevin's going to block the bottom lane. So move Kevin to the lead with 33 laps to go. So Kevin to the point. Opens up a little bit of a gap there on Quisenberry. It's 0.3 of a second now. Going to the corner, it lowers to 2.5 and then pulls back on exit. So these drivers are starting to get a hang of it now. After not much practice. By the end of the second race, these drivers really start to figure it out, and that's what we're seeing. Little mistake there from Landon, as now to the inside is Matt. And Randy Sample's going to try to follow. Look to the inside. Looked like he almost was going to go 3, and I think that's what he's trying to set up to do. Randy's going to have a good run here. Good run. Going to try to stick to the outside with Landon. But this is what Kevin perfectly wants to see. Up in front of him, big gap. Matt might be able to clear. He has to check up, though. Opens up the door for Landon to clear once again. Now moves Sample to Matt. Frady's right rear. Randy has a lot of speed at the thing. He's going to turn. Randy turned left. He goes underneath Matt. Checks her up, and he does. He passes Matt on the inside. Now, big gap for Kevin Ritchie. Quisenberry second. Now with a 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second, 0.8, and Quisenberry's going to go around. In front of the field, his own mistake cost him there as he went in the corner just a little bit too hard and spun her right around. Pulled the Austin Wingard, and he went around. So, championship implications there. Oh, we have one. It's Austin all by himself under yellow. We have to comment on this. Yeah. Something broke. Definitely something broke there from our number 45. Not what you want to see. Under yellow, especially. He was digging and to get to pit road and damaged the car a little bit. We're gonna see pit stop. Sample stays out. Ritchie comes to pit road. Azell stays out. So you have 2 cars stay out. The rest come to pit road. So Ritchie playing a strategy call. Halfway in the race. Few cars come down pit road. The rest stay. Did Matt just take fuel? Did he? Maybe a little bit of damage? Maybe he did just take fuel. He didn't take tires. Or a fast spare? Maybe. I don't know what he did. Maybe it was checking damage. I'm not too sure. Interesting call there by Matt. I don't know if he took tires or not. He only stopped for like 2 seconds. So if he did it, that's a interesting. He lost a little bit of track position now. He's going to be 3rd. A few drivers still on pit road. Austin going to get his car mostly fixed up, hopefully. So Randy and Doug stay out. Frady in 3rd. Pits but doesn't take tires. Alrighty, 25 laps to go for the restart here. Let's jump into the chat and listen to the drivers radioactive.
Doug trying to jump it. Like the intensity, Doug.
Thank you, man.
Oh, what the? Oh,
Sorry, I'm pinching you. It's
Well,
actually
that's
turning.
what we
I'm
got.
shocked. I didn't mean to, Doug. I kept trying to
No,
straighten
you're
it
good.
up.
It was a small margin of error. I apologize.
Yeah.
Whoop.
You can only apologize so many times in one race.
Wait, I've only got you twice. Austin's got
That's
you
all.
like 8
You
times.
only get one.
Hey, no one's talking to me, all right? Leave me out of your wife's spat.
Cade's in here. I'm like, I can fucking hear Cade's laugh. How am I hearing that?
Oh, Kevin, I did not mean. I actually sent it low to not do the takeout. Holy fuck.
That's
Oh
wild.
no, Kevin, don't accept his apology.
Wish I didn't take those fucking tires on that lap. Like a dumbass. Randy, what did you do last pit for tires?
I haven't taken tires.
What the fuck?
Radioactive with the drivers, as you hear from Matt Frady. He go, "What the fuck, me?" Aster Landon's gonna get spun. Oh, same thing with Austin. He's around on the back straightaway. Oh, This is the screenshot of the night, right? Just that, right there. Turn 2, Austin, right rear into the wall. This is the screenshot of the night. But then we also had Quisenberry go around. Same corner. Try to stay off of Kevin's back bumper. Oh, never mind. Payback from James.
Shit.
We gotta
I
have
know
that
which way he was
radioactive
going.
clips.
Yeah. He missed that part though.
No,
I think he might have.
I got.
You got
part
us
of it.
screaming?
No, I left just before it.
That's what I'm
Damn
saying.
it.
Because you
'Cause
guys,
me and
was
Randy
it- you
both
guys
started
were
screaming.
screaming about Austin. Oh,
Yeah, because it happened right in front of us. I was like, ah!
that's when I was. Well, Max said, "What the fuck?" and then I left. So I don't know. I think right after that was when I left. So
Oh, you gone done fucked
Austin,
up.
that you just
April.
wrecked under yellow again.
It's fine. I think we had a squirrel in the backstretch, tip the balance off. Up.
Did he wreck again?
No.
The motor is blown.
Yeah,
jeez.
I'm watching it on
That
the
was a-
relative.
That was a big fucking squirrel.
He said the squirrel is threw off the balance. Oh,
He needs a push. Get him a push back to pit road. He is.
No, he reset before I could.
Austin.
Nah, it's done.
He hit a
that
big.
reaction was great. Squirrel threw off the balance. Oh,
Oh shit.
and this is where he fucked up.
So the most unlucky man I have ever seen in one race is out. Very unfortunate for Austin after getting tangled with a few drivers tonight. We saw Sample pit. We heard Matt Frady say that he accidentally took tires. So this could spice up a lot of different things here. So we're coming back to the choose. Matt goes to the inside. Kevin goes to the outside. Goodwin to the inside. So Sample, Quisenberry, Azell. Your last 6 remaining. After one of the most funny races that I think I've ever broadcasted and enjoyed to go into the chat and listen. So Matt on old tires. Accidentally took his tires before. So in these last 17 laps, whatever happens to Matt, his tires are going to be stuck like that. No change in the pits. Sample, I believe, just pitted to take his. And does Kevin Ritchie have anything for him? Back green. Good restart for Matt. Kevin also with a good restart, able to clear. Thought Goodwin, we've seen how strong his front bumper is tonight. Thought there might be an opportunity for him to go ahead and move Matt Frady. But Sample's really trying to work that outside line, trying to clear Goodwin on the top side. He's going to back up, try to do the crossover, and he does. He gets underneath James now, down the back straightaway. Put a driver in there. Center of the corner be even with him. James a little bit sideways, but Randy has to make this move fast. Make it quick. Try to clear and put those tires to an advantage, and he does. Will James have another go at him? He looks to the inside. Randy's going to drive her in the corner, hopefully not get too loose. He doesn't. Gets that thing to rotate, and now he's going to have to work over Kevin Ritchie. As Kevin, 0.3 of a second behind Matt, isn't too far back from Matt. So we'll see if any one of these two, really anybody in the field, if they have anything for Matt Frady, as they've started to reel him in. Matt's not got the rotation that he had earlier in the night from race number 1. He took those tires on accident, as we heard, and now it's looking to hurt him as Kevin's looking to the inside. Kevin Ritchie led a handful of laps in race number 2, and now he's working over the short track ace as he's got Randy Sample loose underneath him and Matt Frady loose in front of him. So Randy up to second, trying to clear. Ritchie trying to fight it on the outside. We're coming to 10 laps to go, and it's a 3-way battle for the lead here at USA. Matt got a little bit tight there. This is exactly what Matt needs, is the two behind him on the fresher tires to be side by side, but even with them being side by side, it's not helping Matt too much. Randy's going to go to the inside. Kevin's trying to figure out where to go. James is going to try to follow him through, but Randy Sample to the lead. Here comes Kevin on the inside for second. Kevin had a lot of speed early. There's contact behind. That's Goodwin and Quisenberry making contact, but Kevin Ritchie to second, Matt back to third. Slide job from Quisenberry, maybe. Nope. Backed out of it. Last second. Backed out of it. Quisenberry trying to take over the 4th spot. He's working the back bumper of Frady, though. Ooh, contact. Quisenberry with a great save. Man, James Goodwin has led in that front nose after tonight. That thing is being used a lot. So I'm assuming James has 2 different trucks with that sponsored Guinness machine. Has led front nose for the short tracks, and as light as he can get it for the super speedways, as he was flipping last week at Daytona. But Quisenberry all over the back bumper of Frady now. Looking to the inside into one. Going to drive her in deep. Enter kind of shallow. Clip the apron just a little bit. Now they're door to door. Side by side for the lead for second. Or third. My apologies. Quisenberry going to enter a little bit low. Matt's starting to drop back though. Really, those tires have hurt him. And even after 50 laps in, that's going to be Goodwin sideways through the grass. Duke's a hazard, but able to save it. So your points leader, Landon Quisenberry, was tied with Cade Ferguson, his teammate, heading into tonight. Cade wasn't able to make it. So Quisenberry looking for all the points he can after a not great first race of the night. Looking for a top 3 finish. Randy Sample, though, been consistent all night and is coming back to 3 laps to go to try to get her done here for Thursday Night Thunder. Race number 2, first short track of the season. And he's definitely put on a show here. Coming from mid-pack and at the back at some points during tonight's race. Has learned a lot. Probably the car that has passed the most amount of cars. But still, Kevin Ritchie, less than a second back. If Randy makes a mistake, there's still an opportunity here for Kevin. Kevin led the first bit of this race. Got stuck behind Matt after he was trying to make the pass. Randy took advantage of it. But Kevin has learned a lot from the first few laps of practice. He's definitely starting to figure out these short tracks, which is awesome to see, and that's kind of the point of this series, is to have some of the guys who are lesser experienced come to these short tracks, and they'll learn a lot from the short tracks. But leading it into one and down the backstretch for the final time is Randy Sample, looking for his first win of the season. Through 3 and 4, took the lead, took the new tires, and never looked back. Randy Sample gets her done in race number 2 at USA. Quisenberry finishes third backwards, spinning and wrecking across the line. His bumper's gone and bouncing But Randy Sample wins it. Kevin Ritchie second. Landon third. Matt Frady fourth. Goodwin fifth. Doug comes home sixth. And Austin, the most unlucky man to ever drive a race car, comes home seventh. But Randy Sample is going to burn her down on the front straightaway. Let's get a word in with him here. Randy, do you gonna copy?
Yeah, how you doing?
Not too bad, my friend. You took the tires, you saved them till you wanted to use them, took it about halfway, and it looked like tires came into play pretty big there. Once you got around Matt and was able to pull that gap, talk to us about the tire strategy tonight and how much the tire wear came into effect.
Yeah, I realized in the first race that tires had a little bit of bonus on the end, the end of a run, and I just wanted to make sure I saved for at least. I was shooting for 5 or 10 laps longer than everybody else, so that lap 23, I think, caution. Everybody pitted, took tires, and that's why I stayed out. I knew that we'd get another caution most likely, so we saved them and went for it at lap 30.
Yeah, we saw the tires obviously worked yourself around Matt, but once you took the lead, you had a lot of speed and you had it in the first race, just got caught up in a few things, got stuck and just didn't have the track position. But for the first short track race of the season, what do you rate your short track experience / skill level? And what do you like more, the super speedways or the short tracks?
Oh, it's tough. I really enjoy short track racing, and I think it's key if you get a good group of guys. Have somebody sending it every corner, wrecking everybody. And I think if we can get that, then short track racing is fun. Same thing with super speedways. If you can get the guys that aren't just gonna make bonehead moves and cause a bunch of wrecks, then they can be. That's one of my favorites. And then just last week was tough because I kept getting left out to dry, and had a couple of mini alliances going and drafting work. So a small field like this, it was tough getting left out to dry like that. But I think short track racing, it's all about the driver and playing the tire game, and that's what we did.
Well, you were able to get the win here for race number 2, twin number 2 at the short track. Go ahead and give your shout outs and who you'd like to thank.
I just want to thank you for putting this show on, and thank everybody else for showing up, and all the millions of fans watching.
Definitely, it's invisible grandstands here at USA, but we pack them in, and they're packed around this racetrack. You can see them piled in on the front straightaway. But you guys definitely put on a show, especially you. I think that you were probably the biggest mover tonight. So, congratulations. We will see you next week at Atlanta, I believe. I think it's Atlanta.
All right, sounds
in
good.
Truck, so we will see you then.
Appreciate it.
Randy Sample coming home in the first spot to get his first win of the season. But coming home second with a heartbreak, Kevin Ritchie. You led most of the race, it seemed like, after pitting, didn't have the track position, and just got stuck behind Matt. Tell us what more you needed there to be able to get around Matt and then try to go after Randy.
Well, I think Randy pit a little later than I did, so he had a little bit better tires. So probably pit with him probably would have helped us out a lot. That first race, I did not feel very good. I don't know how I got second. I think things just worked for me there.
Yeah, you showed a lot of speed and definitely learned a lot tonight from the first race and even practice. What's your thoughts on the short track, especially with these trucks? I know they're not going to these short tracks normally, but you showed a lot of speed tonight.
It's different. It's actually a lot of fun. It's not your normal short track stuff. So it's a little different. It's fun though.
It's a lot of fun to watch you guys try to navigate it. I've never even driven them. Obviously, I made the setups and all that, but it's cool to see you guys adapt to them, for the race, and seeing you guys get better from the first race to the second and really put on a show that second race. So it was cool to see. But Kevin, we're heading to Atlanta. What do you like more, the short tracks or the super speedways?
Definitely the short tracks. I feel like I always get wrecked whenever I speedway race.
Well, we're going to a super speedway next week, so hopefully you don't get wrecked there. But coming on P2 and twin number 2, go ahead and give your shout outs on who you'd like to thank.
Thank you for putting this on, and shout out to everybody that came out and raced with us.
Yeah,
hopefully we get some more people throughout the season.
Yeah, we'll try to up the car count. If we do, I think it'll be definitely a good show for the super speedways and the short tracks with all the possibilities going on. But coming on P2, congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin Ritchie there, and coming on P3, backwards across the start-finish line, Landon Quisenberry. You kind of had an up and down night. We saw you finish backwards. Tell us what happened there, and tell us what more you needed there for the finish.
Finishing backwards was just style points. I was kind of wanting to go for one of those Richmond things where they crank it across the start-finish line, but it's a little hard when the straightaway is like straight. So, just want to look cool for that one. But yeah, I don't really know what more I could have done differently. I've got to look and see. I was a little faster than Kevin at the end, but slower than Randy. So maybe if I just was up there on fresher tires and didn't have to climb through the field, but I don't know. It was just very weird because the truck would kind of just pick and choose when it wanted to do what you wanted it to do and when it didn't. So, like, I don't know what it was with the setup, but like there were some times where if you really drove it in there, there was like a 50% chance you're either going to do what I did that brought out like the caution at the midway point where I just going back into the wall, or it'll do what it did when I drove it underneath Frady, and it will just stick like a dream and turn like like a slot car down there. So I just couldn't figure out where that line was, I guess, on where it would stick and where it wouldn't stick. So I think ultimately it's probably just the driver that was lacking the most more than anything else.
Yeah, our crew chief / test driver / flagman Wyatt Garrett, we're gonna have a talk with him to see if we can make adjustments to it, because I know it wasn't perfect, but we're trying to get it drivable. So we'll make adjustments for the next race probably. But talk to us about the short tracks to super speedway and the series overall, what you like about it, and headed to Atlanta next week. So give us your thoughts on that.
I just like having fun, so it's good to do stuff that usually is really stressful on league nights, but do it kind of in a more like laid back kind of thing. So I think it's super fun, and like I said before, super speedway is I'm pretty all right at. Short tracks are kind of more my groove. I don't know if that's like a genetics thing. I don't know if people born in Virginia just know how to short track race on asphalt. It's totally probably completely wrong. There are probably a bunch of people that probably suck at it, but I like to think I'm like Denny Hamlin. But yeah, I think Atlanta's gonna be fun. It's super weird because I always enjoy going there since the repave, because it races like a plate track, but you really have to think about your moves well in advance before you make them, because of how hard it is to make the runs and how little time you have to react until you're back in a corner again. So I just think that's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can up the field car count next week and see what we can do to do that, especially for the super speedways. But congratulations on coming home P3 for race number 2. Go ahead and give your shout outs.
Shout out you for putting this on. Shout out to Speedzone, always super clean even when we're goofing around and stuff like this. Shout out to my teammate Kate. I know you could make it tonight, but I ran to protect the points lead that we had going there. Hopefully, I don't know. Kevin put up a pretty good fight today, so we'll evaluate how that looks after tonight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. God bless America. That's all I gotta say.
Well, congratulations coming home P3 tonight, Landon Quisenberry. Landon there, P3. But what a night. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good battles there at the midpoint during that race while everybody was jockeying for the lead, trying to get the spot over Matt. But first short track race of the season actually worked out a lot of fun. And it was cool to see all the different battles, everybody going after it. But headed to Atlanta next week. We hope to see you there. And we'll catch you next time. Later.